So I've been getting this question that how to find your passion. Like some days, you might be doing something. It generally happens when you are either starting out something or you are into mid of your life, and there is thing called midlife crisis when you have been doing things for other people, but eventually you realize that you need to do something on your own as well. So finding passion is something like let's get into this. We need to understand we can't find passion until unless we know what options exist there, right? Because until unless we don't know what options are there, we can't actually say that if that's our passion or not. And before actually trying that thing, we can't say that if we actually like or not. So until and unless you start doing something, you can't actually discover your passions. The first thing that you need to understand, you have to do multiple things to understand that which one fits best for you. Of course, you can sit on copy and pen and keep on discussing that this might be good for me, this might not be good for me, right? But until unless you get your hands dirty, you can't actually see that what actually fits for you. It varies with person, of course. So if we talk particularly about business, right? Let's not even talk about job and all. If you particularly talk about business, that what's your passion? So you have to start first, right? Start doing things on around 1.5 year or for 1 year. Then you will came to realize that what actually works for you, because you will be trying hands on, you will be meeting with new interesting people, you might be doing interesting deals. It's more about self management as well, managing your time and doing things on your own, taking your decisions, right? Do something for at least for some time. Don't quit your job, don't quit whatever you're doing already, but do it as a side hustle and see if you do it consistently for an year. I'm talking again, I'm saying this again, doing it for consistently, because people don't do it consistently. So if you will do it consistently for around 1.5 year or more, you will be able to realize your passion. And another thing, so option 2 is search a lot, read a lot on Google. You can just simply put a term how to find your passion, and there might be multiple advices, and probably better than the advice that I'm giving right now. So the first thing is to do research and actually put some work out there to see if you are finding something the way things work around for you. So when people say that committing to one thing for an year or something, it's a very long time. So think it like another way. What if you don't find to do anything for another year? Right? You are doing anything, you are just thinking, and 1 year again passed by. How would you feel? Think it like other way. There is another way to think it like this. Like all those years have already been passed and you haven't done anything yet. How are you feeling now? Now compared to that time, I think 1 year is pretty okay, because 1 year sounds like a lot of time, but I think that's the time it requires to actually understand you or yourself. Only then you will be able to figure it out. So even after an year, if you still feel that this is not the right thing to do, right, and if you're not feeling it interesting, you always have an option to switch on to other options you have, right? But before you start doing, if you are having these questions, it's called analysis paralysis. There is actually a term for this, analysis paralysis. So when you keep analyzing situations and you don't actually come to conclusion, and because there is no limit on research and analysis you could do, right? So you have to set some benchmark that when I get up to this, we can do this, but there is no any particular measure for this. So it's all about when you have to force yourself to stop and start doing things actually. So when people say that after doing one thing for an year, you might feel attached that I have done so much in an year. What if I have to stop right now and it won't be good for that, good for you as well? So in that case, I would suggest that it really doesn't matter, because you're already doing a thing for a long period of time, and that's why you are into search of passion, and that's why it's called search. It isn't called that there isn't a surety, because this is how life is designed, the way it is, right? So I'm sure nobody have a manual for their life, and everybody have to figure out. So the best way to figure out is by doing things and exploring places and understanding yourself, the way you behave in situations. Before that, you can't actually understand yourself. This is how things work for you. So even if you are not able to find something after any year, you will be able to at least find some other things, like if you are dealing with lots of people and you are dealing for a business, right? There might not be a particular outcome that if a business is successful or not, but there will of course be an outcome that you are a better salesperson than before, you are a better thinker than before, right? So it's not particularly about if you are not able to make money, but it's more about are you able to do better than before. And if you want to find passion, ask this question from yourself, like what if all your financial troubles are solved, you don't have to pay any bills, and you don't have to do anything, what will you be doing right now? That's another way of looking at it. Doesn't have to be colliding or coincidentally overlapping with each other, the way what you are trying to do and what do you think will do in future. It doesn't have to do the same thing, but it's all about the start. Most people doesn't start. So this video is mostly about analysis paralysis and just starting to do things. That's why people say that fail fast, right? Because the more you fail, the more you learn, and more you learn, the more you earn, right? Thank you.